All right, so you are talking about KDB, Kevin De Bruyne. Not too long, you saw some footage of him bagging in the goals. You're asking if he's part of the Premier League greats. Are you very impressed with what he's done for Manchester City? He's got 16 trophies to his name, 6 PL titles, 1 UEFA Champions League title in 2023 with the team. Guys, where does KDB rank for you?
Where does he rank as on Man City's list or Premier League?
The Premier League.
Premier League. Oh, wow. I'll rank him second behind Steven Gerrard. Yeah.
Second?
Yeah, second behind Steven Gerrard.
Oh, so Gerrard is topping the chart?
Yeah, yes. Okay. Like I always say, you have to look at the degree of difficulty that the player or the athlete is operating with and within. Steven Gerrard, at the time he played, Liverpool didn't have the best of squads. Let's be honest. They had some great players. Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez, Sturridge had a good run. And that was pretty much it. And when he played it with those great players, we saw how much he produced.
Yeah.
And for the most part, he didn't play with a lot of great players, and he still produced. So that's why I rank him number 1. Whereas you look at the likes of Frank Lampard, I mean, he played with great players pretty much throughout his years, his entire career. I'm not even talking about just the Chelsea bit. I'm even referring to his days at West Ham when he came up with some great players from the West Ham Academy. So yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, I'll rank him number 2 because of what he's done with Manchester City, the great success that he's been able to get Man City to choke. Winning 4 Premier League titles in a row, winning the Champions League, all these trophies, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Community Shield. Yeah, and the way he went about it.
Yeah.
He came into Man City with a lot of people describing him as a flop, as a Chelsea flop.
Because of what he did at Chelsea before he left to Wolfsburg.
He didn't have too much to show for at Chelsea. Went over to Wolfsburg. And so there were major questions when Man City brought him in. And he managed to fend off all those questions and doubts about his ability to play. And the fact that he was able to excel, take up that mantle from David Silva. And he stepped up in that position. And he even upgraded it to a top level. Yeah, he for me, he is the, I think he's would I put him as the greatest ever Man City player? I think, yeah, I'll put him as the greatest Man City player.
So then he deserves a statue too, because if you say he's the greatest, because City have a statue for Company, they have one for Silva and Aguero.
Yes. So for me, it's Kevin De Bruyne, greatest of all time at Man City. Number 2 is David Silva. Number 3, Aguero. But in terms of Premier League history, I'll put him at number 2.
Number 2?
Yes, behind Steven Gerrard.
I disagree,
Yeah, I know you disagree.
No, I disagree. He's number 1.
Always.
He's number 1.
Number 1 for you?
Really? You see, I think what hurts De Bruyne is that
this is a player who's been, he's been very consistent.
What actually hurts De Bruyne is the fact that he's foreign. If De Bruyne had been like Gerrard or Lampard or whoever you want to mention and played in the Premier League from 17 till this age, the same about 17, 16 years, I'm telling you, there will be no contest.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, his issue is that he had to go. He came to Chelsea, didn't work out. He had to go to Wolfsburg to prove himself. So he came in, he's been at City about 10 years now.
Yeah, 10
so
years.
He came in 20, how old is he? He's about
2015.
He's 30.
He's about 34. He's 34, 35 now. So he came in at 24, 25 and had to build from that age. So what he's done in 10 years, the fact that we are talking about him the same way, for me, is why I'll put him ahead. And for me, no offense, but Steven Gerrard can never be number 1. You can't be number 1 in a league you've never won. It doesn't. That one, you can't be number 1. So for me, and when you look at his, there's nothing about his game that you can say that there's a weakness. There's no weakness in Kevin De Bruyne's game. Like when you talk about a midfielder, he passes the ball well, he scores, he assists, set pieces. I'm trying to think, what is Kevin De Bruyne bad at? Can you tell me what he's bad? Maybe heading the ball. That's the only thing you can say. Maybe heading the ball and tackling. But he's more of an attacking midfielder, so he doesn't need those skills. He's second in assists, like I said. The only person ahead of him is Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs played in the Premier League from the age of 18 to 40.
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs,
played over 400.
And that's why even when you check Giggs his assists, he has 162.
I don't even think Giggs has a season where he's got more than 10 assists before.
Yeah.
I think Giggs, like, he was averaging like 8 assists a season or something
but
like
because
that.
he's played for a
Exactly.
longer
He played
duration.
for like what,
And
18 years,
Giggs
almost
played in the
20 years.
first season of the Premier League. He played until 40. And Kevin De Bruyne is the only and Giggs is the only player ahead of Kevin De Bruyne in assists. And let's not forget the goals, because he scores quite a number of goals. It's not like
Absolute belters.
Yeah, and it's not like the goals are just simple goals.
Yeah.
It's not like, no offense to Frank Lampard, who they say he scores
cutbacks. He scored
Frank
on
Lampard,
cutbacks. Yeah.
I'll say Frank Lampard. I'll give him credit that his movement is elite.
Yeah.
He could have played strike without movement, but his goals were way simpler than the goals Kevin De Bruyne scores. And I'm not saying it to say Lampard, but I'm just saying the type of goals De Bruyne is scoring. It's not like he's scoring easy goals at all. So for me,
The
I think,
technique involved.
And I think we saw it from the clip we watched. Unexpected goals, like long-range strikes.
and to be fair to Lampard, Lampard can score goals like that. It's not like Lampard doesn't have those goals in his locker. That one, that's not to say that it doesn't, but like,
To be able to do it consistently.
the boy is good. I mean, truth be told, he might, even if you want to say he's not the greatest, he's definitely the best midfielder to have played in the Premier League. I don't think any midfielder in the Premier League has been able to replicate his level of performance and consistency I'll say for about the last, maybe the 8
years.
seasons that he's been fit, because he's had a season or 2, he's not really been fit. And this season, his legs are gone. You can see that he's not the same player.
We'll take out this season.
Yeah, but
because the entire City team is
yeah,
struggling.
but for the seasons where he's been able to play a full complement, even some of the seasons where it's like he's missed like half the games, when he does play, he's still one of the best. So like, I mean, and I'm surprised because truth be told, it makes me wonder what Chelsea were doing getting rid of him. It really makes me wonder because.
Oh no, I think I wouldn't put the blame on Chelsea. I think he was very young and sometimes and players develop a bit slowly.
And
at the time,
Chelsea
were
at that time, I think he had huge competition from because there was no way he was. Who was he competing with?
Oscar.
No, so at that time he was playing at his peak.
No,
if you have Oscar, I'm saying Oscar was playing at his peak.
But Oscar was
There's no way he's walking into that.
Oscar was not like some world beater.
And you see, no,
he was competing at his peak.
Good. I'm saying his peak. I didn't say Oscar was like.
Listen to what I'm saying. The guy went to Germany.
Yeah.
And Werder Bremen, he did very well on loan. The next season goes to Wolfsburg. He's one of the best players in the league already. So I don't think that Kevin De Bruyne was that far away from what you needed in the Chelsea team.
This another thing I think is not to take another thing because you have a manager in Jose Mourinho. We know Jose's his view about young players. There's no way Jose is going to give
maybe
him.
That's more what it is. But
Yeah, because
I don't think
he's walking into.
Because I think by within 6 to 12 months, he was performing at the same level as Oscar.
Yeah.
You see, and that for me is more what it is. I think in the case of Mohamed Salah, for example, it took him 3-4 years to get to a level that he could have started for Chelsea. But I think Kevin De Bruyne, it didn't take that long. That's why I'm wondering what it was, what the reason was. Because for me, I want to know, and that's why I'm not saying it to say that Chelsea couldn't see his times. I'm wondering whether it was he wanted to play more, they weren't ready to give him the assurances. He and the manager didn't get along. I'm trying to understand what the mistake was, because we can't agree it was a mistake.
The thing is, with Chelsea, the timing was off because this was a developing player, a fast developing player. But Chelsea was also a fast winning team. They wanted to win as many times as possible and as quickly as possible. And so any sort of slowness, quote-unquote slowness, wasn't tolerated, more or less.
That's true.
And the fact that he was young, coming in from Belgium and all, so they felt that, okay, this guy needs a little bit of development.
For a while, you see.
Yeah, this guy needed a little bit of development. And so that's why they had to send him out. It's just like this AC Milan chap, Charles de Ketelaere.
Yeah.
He's also Belgian, very young, talented player. He never looked to be settled at AC Milan, but once he moved over to Atalanta, quickly he just settled and he's performing.
Even that one, AC Milan didn't give him a chance. He was there for 1 year, and they just decided that we're okay. 1 year is definitely not enough.
You see, and that's AC Milan. This iteration of AC Milan. You remember and think about it. This was Chelsea at its peak. Abramovich spending all that money.
This AC Milan is not serious. Can you imagine? You get rid of the Ketelaere, then you go and bring João Felix.
What Yao is saying, at that time, Chelsea had huge tests.
Yeah, for
For experienced players, for like players who were in their late 20s.
It was ferocious, like their appetite was ferocious.
People are saying experienced players, but the player he was competing with, Oscar was not an experienced player.
No, but I'm not, fair enough. But I'm saying at that time,
he was representing at his that much older than
at that
him.
time, the player was performing. Oscar was playing at his peak. There's no way Jose would look at, to be fair, Jose will look at Kevin De Bruyne and Oscar. When the player Oscar is consistently performing.
And there was Frank Lampard too.
I'm not saying that, you see, you...
And there was Frank Lampard too.
No, but
you see, all of these factors...
So was Oscar Lampard and one other player?
No, I think by that time, even Lampard was... That's even the time Lampard went to play for Man City and things.
No, it wasn't that time. It wasn't that time.
The second time Jose came and won the title, Lampard wasn't part of the team.
Okay. No, okay, yeah,
Lampard,
that's fair.
And that's the time they got rid of De Bruyne, and that's why I'm saying that to tell me that De Bruyne couldn't have competed with Oscar, I think that's not true. That one there is not true. There's no.
Well, but I think Chelsea will just be biting their lips, looking at what he's done.
Oh, that one. I think
Man City, so that's fair.
I think after the first 2-3 seasons, they knew that they had messed up. Yeah. So.
But I'll rank him as the greatest, second greatest.
Second greatest. So you're still sticking
because of what? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean,
that one, everyone.
Steven Gerrard never won the Premier League. I mean, he was one slip away. It was that slip that got.
And then he slipped.
And then he slipped. And that loss to Crystal Palace. That 3-3 draw with Crystal Palace. Yeah, I know. But for me, looking at what he had to deal with, and what he produced consistently for that 10-year, for about a 10-year period, with that limited level of quality, but except a couple of players.
You know the thing is,
I have to give it to Steven Gerrard.
They would have won the league if he didn't.
Just for you.
So even that one,
I'll give it to Steven Gerrard, and Kevin De Bruyne will be number 2, because also he had a great 10-year run with Man City. Yeah. But look at the players that he played with, and look at the kind of quality that he had around him. Less chaos around him.
He was the difference with all those Liverpool teams who were getting 94. He was the difference.
Well.